Hi, and welcome to Teresa's Tuesdays Tales and Teachings. And today I'd like to talk to you about something that's could be very private and personal, but is very significant to all of our lives. And that is keeping secrets and keeping silent about events that have caused us problems, maybe turmoil inside of ourselves, or have caused us to maybe not be as successful in life as we could be because those things are sitting, building nasty situations inside of us that are causing us grief. So what do we keep silent for? What is the purpose? When keeping silent, is it because we're trying to keep someone else's secret about a behavior that they've done or a situation that they've caused that's caused someone else pain? Or is it because we're not always taught to speak out about what's happened and what is feeling uncomfortable in our gut or in our solar plexus or in our souls? I mean, when I was a young girl, we weren't taught to speak out. Unfortunately, I spoke out a lot because that was just the nature of me reacting to situations in my life that were not good and not pleasant. However, no one took me seriously. So is it also because we keep secrets because we're also told not to cause family upset, cause family crisis? It could be a family member that's caused some kind of a terrible situation in our lives, doesn't matter who it is, but it can affect us in so many different ways. And a lot of times we're told to keep silent because it could cause problems within a family dynamic. That's not always the best way to be. These actions or reactions are taking, in a lot of times, for the benefit of someone else, not for the person who is holding the secret. What it does to the person that's holding the secret is it just sits and it festers and it causes us grief and it causes us misery and it causes us unhappiness. It also, left long enough, can cause illness. It's proven that if we hold on to trauma and things that have occurred in our past or events that have caused us upset, great upset, it can actually cause physical illness. It can cause anxiety, it can cause depression, it can cause post-traumatic stress. There's a many different things that can go wrong and happen to us when we choose to keep a secret. The solutions, I think, are when we have had something happen to us. I think it's important that we tell someone we trust. And I hope that you have that one particular person that you know will not betray your trust. If you don't, then please do some research and find organizations or societies or programs within your community that you can reach out to and that will give you a safe place to share and to have healing. And that's the next step, is to do some very important self-healing work. Once you've taken that step of sharing, do the self-healing work. Forgive yourself for holding on to that, because you are not responsible for that. It's someone else's actions that have caused you great upset and great unhappiness. And do also some self-confidence work, some self-esteem building. And then the next step I would encourage you to do is to speak out against the person who has harmed you. My story is kind of different. It's, well, not so different from a lot of people from what I'm hearing recently. I was an abused child, sexually assaulted by a parent and a trusted family doctor. And that in itself was enough to cause me such great trauma and pain. And one event just built on another, and so on goes the cycle. However, after writing my book, A Century of Secrets, where I expose a lot of the lies and the secrets that have happened in my life and in 3 other generations of my family, I talk about the sexual assault from the family doctor in my book. And since that I have done that, since I've published my book a year ago, I have had dozens of women approach me. And the last one was last week, an older lady, that possibly 20 years older than me, that said, I know who you're talking about. I was also assaulted by that doctor. I had no idea it was wrong at the time. I was a young woman. I didn't know what was happening. My heart broke for that woman because I was the second person in her life she had ever told that to. That was a horrible secret that that woman has carried for a very long time in her life. I would urge you to not hold secrets like that. If you have experienced something that makes you feel uncomfortable, something that you know deep down inside is wrong and is unhealthy and is uncomfortable for you, speak out. Be assertive. Take control of your situation and say, no, I'm not going to allow this to happen. If at the time you're unable to speak up, as I was a very young girl and no one at that time would listen to me because this doctor had status in the community and I was seen as a troubled child. So no one would have believed me. But had I spoken out, maybe I could have prevented this from happening to many other women and young girls. And so that is my Tuesday's Tales and Teaching, is to tell someone you trust, do the research, do the self-healing, and then speak out. It's time we spoke out against those who are traumatizing us, those who are harming us, and those who are hurting us. I applaud your courage for taking the first steps, for doing any of these steps. Thank you to that lady who shared with me last week. I so applaud your courage. I so applaud your strength. And I want you all to know you are never alone. And that is the reason why I became a life coach and an NLP practitioner, because I know what it's like to hold on to those secrets for 50 some odd years. And I know the devastation that it can cause inside of a person. And that is not what I want for you. So that is what I do as a coach. I help you to remove those pain points in life. I help you to remove those roadblocks that prevent you from being successful and to be happy in your life. So if you'd like to learn more about my programs and what I do as a coach, please connect with me on Facebook here, or send me a private message. Or you may also check out my website. That's teresasims.com. Or you may email me at teresa@teresasims.com. And I look forward to chatting with you again next time.